Astrology is fake. Let's just get that out of the way. And if you clicked on this video, you either blame your failures on stars, or you're like me and agree it's not science. It's not real. And no, Mercury being in retrograde is not the reason your life is falling apart. You're just chronically late and emotionally unavailable. The stars didn't do that. You did. And yet, here we are. People spending hours crafting birth charts like they're decoding ancient truth, when in reality, it's just cosmic Mad Libs. I'm not saying you're gullible. I'm saying the system is literally designed to make you feel like it knows you, even though it couldn't pick you out of a lineup if it tried. Because the real trick of astrology isn't accuracy. It's vagueness that feels accurate. It's giving you just enough flavor to project your own issues onto it. You're a Capricorn? That makes so much sense. Yeah, because the description of a Capricorn is basically ambitious, emotional, petty, kind, cold, mysterious, driven, loyal, and sometimes a rat. In other words, a human. This isn't mystical. It's the Barnum effect, a psychological bias where people believe vague general statements are uniquely personal. You value close relationships. Sometimes you struggle to open up. Cool. That applies to 99% of people. A bag of rocks and probably my cat. And the moment you feel seen by this nonsense, boom, you're in. You'll defend your moon sign like it's your social security number. And don't worry, the system's got more. Rising signs, birth times, compatibility maps. You're not just reading garbage, you're reading personalized garbage. Astrology doesn't predict anything. It reflects whatever you already believe, but it feels good. And the worse your life is going, the more those twinkly little lies start to feel like destiny. If astrology was just vague nonsense, people would get bored and move on. But the real reason it sticks is because your brain refuses to let go of anything that feels like control, especially when everything else in your life feels like a slow motion car crash. Enter confirmation bias. The moment astrology gets one thing right, your brain lights up like it just solved the Da Vinci Code. And when it gets something wrong, doesn't matter. You either forget it, twist it, or say it must have been your rising sign. Astrology isn't accurate. You just desperately want it to be. This isn't even a star problem. It's a brain problem. Humans are pattern-seeking machines. When things feel random or overwhelming, we cling to anything that gives us a sense of order. It's called the need for cognitive closure, the psychological need to wrap chaos in neat little packages, even if those packages are made of pseudoscience and crystals from Amazon. You weren't late to your date because you're irresponsible. You were late because Mercury is in Gatorade and your birth chart warned you about time management issues. You didn't ghost that person because you're emotionally stunted. You did it because Venus is in your 12th house and you're protecting your peace. Astrology turns bad decisions into cosmic inevitabilities. It's not that you keep dating toxic people. It's that you're a Cancer and love too deeply. You're not passive-aggressive. You're a Libra maintaining energetic balance. You're not a control freak. You're just a Virgo trying to heal the collective. At this point, it's not a belief system. It's a full-blown accountability escape room. Every red flag becomes a zodiac badge of honor. Every bad habit gets reframed as part of your journey. And suddenly, you're not making decisions. You're being led by imaginary space vibes. But vague comfort isn't where it stops, because this isn't just magical thinking anymore. It's monetized delusion, a full-blown spiritual industrial complex. Astrology has evolved from check your horoscope in the paper to a full-blown digital ecosystem of TikTok prophets, pastel Instagram mystics, and YouTube oracles trying to sell you enlightenment in 6 easy payments. We're talking $99 moon readings, $150 compatibility sessions, and full-blown cosmic coaching packages that cost more than therapy, but come with fewer qualifications and way more glitter. You're not getting clarity. You're getting upsold by someone with a fake accent and a Canva subscription. This is where placebo meets parasocial manipulation. You're emotionally invested in your astrologer because they get you, but they only get you because they're repeating back things that apply to literally everyone, while layering it with spiritual-sounding garbage like you're entering your transformation era. Trust the divine detour. And people pay for this a lot. Why? Because when your life feels like a broken IKEA dresser and someone hands you a cosmic instruction manual, even if it's fake, you cling to it. The science behind this? It's not mysticism. It's an illusion of control. When life feels like a chaotic mess, it's easier to believe there's some divine spreadsheet mapping out your pain than to admit you're just raw-dogging adulthood with zero backup plan. And let's be honest, the vibes? Immaculate. Astrology content isn't designed to be accurate. It's designed to feel right. The aesthetic, the soft lighting, the soothing voice telling you you're releasing karmic blockages. None of it's real, but it feels way more comforting than someone saying, hey, maybe you just need to go outside and drink water. And the wildest part? Even when people know it's a scam, they still go back, because astrology isn't about truth, it's about comfort. It's an intergalactic security blanket, stitched together with buzzwords and digital incense. And if you charge people enough for it, they'll start defending the scam just to avoid admitting they got played. Here's the part no one wants to admit. Astrology isn't powerful because it's true. It's powerful because it's comforting. It gives you a label that feels unique, a path that feels certain, and an excuse that feels scientific. It gives your anxiety a framework, your relationship issues a script, and your poor life decisions a celestial backstory. You're not self-sabotaging. You're just in your celestial reset window, or whatever TikTok is calling it this month. Psychologically, astrology is a cheat code for emotional validation. It activates the same ego reward systems as therapy, except there's no therapist, no accountability, and definitely no homework. You get all the vibes of self-awareness with none of the responsibility. You don't have to change. You just have to align, and this isn't random. Your brain is hardwired to find meaning meaning in chaos. It's called patternicity, the tendency to see patterns even where none exist. Combine that with external locus of control, and boom, now you're blaming the moon for your texting habits instead of your abandonment issues. The worse your life is going, the better astrology feels, because it tells you there's a plan, that your heartbreak was fated, that your spiral was necessary, that it's not your fault. It was Saturn, or Neptune, or Jupiter throwing a temper tantrum in your second house. And if you say, well, I know it's not real, I just like it for fun, congratulations, you've entered the soft cult phase. Because the moment a belief system becomes emotionally useful, it becomes sticky. You'll defend it not because it's right, but because it's helped you feel a little less lost. But here's the truth. Astrology doesn't know you. It doesn't care about your healing. It's not looking out for your soul's alignment. It's not a roadmap. It's a cosmic Rorschach test. You project your mess onto the stars, and the stars smile back like, yeah, it's spiritual. That tricks your brain into feeling seen while someone makes money off your existential crisis. So no, your birth chart didn't predict your situationship. That was just you making bad decisions under a pretty sky.